Okay, so you can select submit button. Now whenever you submit, you see automatically it's changed the label to the state, and it is a drop down. Okay, and it is a drop down. And now if you create the work object, what happens? We will see. Now if you create the work object, it will display the state drop down, but there are no values into that. There are no values into that. Why there are no values? Can someone tell me why there are no values in the state drop down even though we placed it here?
We need to give the drop down values.
Exactly. So why? Because in the state drop down, we did not refer anything. Okay, either you have to select local list and we have to add the values here. But our intention is not this one, right? What is our intention? Our intention is to have the data type. Okay, to have the data type, and then from these data type, these records I wanted to populate. Right? From this data type, we wanted to populate. So now what we have to do? We need to refer this data type for the state drop down. So how can you refer? Where exactly we placed it? We placed into the customer home address. Under this customer home address, again go to the select the states and see these properties. And here we described this visibility, disable, required, all these things. Okay, along with the label or else all these values and the default value also. Okay, now just below that we have something called list to source. Okay, list to source means for this drop down, the list values from where you wanted to display, which values you wanted to display. So now the type is, we have to select report definition. Mainly here we have three types of the sources: data page, clipboard page, and report definition. Okay, we will be knowing one by one. So right now we need to select the report definition. Okay, when you want to populate the data from data type, okay, you can either select any of these things, but right now we are going with the report definition. Okay, under the report definition, we need to select applies to. Applies to is nothing but the class. Generally, for this section, it applies to work class. Okay, for this section, it applies to work class. In the same way, when you select report definition and when you want to refer this states data type, you need to select the class for which it belongs. So it belongs to data dash states. Okay, it belongs to data dash states. So now go to this home address. Okay, select that class name. Press the down arrow, and if you see so many classes, what we can do? You can type it. So even when you type it also, automatically it will come over there. Okay. So this is the states data type class which we wanted to refer, right? The states data type contains referring to this applies to class. Okay, and then the report definition. So by default, you will be able to see only one report definition here, that is data table editor report. Okay. And after that, you need to select property for value and property for display text. Okay, that means the property value for value is different. Property for display text is different. Okay, property for display text means the value which it displays to the user. Okay, the value which it displays to the user. That means when you run the work object in the UI, okay, in the states, the value which we will be seeing is the display text. Okay, which we will be seeing is the display text. So now what we want to display to the user? What we want to display to the user? Which column values we want to display? What is the column name the user want to see? That is the state name, right? From the states data type, we want to display these values. So these values can be referred with the state name. So now go to the home address. So the text can be, the display text can be state name. Okay, but here it is showing that property for value is a required value. This value cannot be blank. They wanted to give some property here as well. So what is the property we need to give? Means generally, okay, so to refer any of the states, okay, we can have some code for that, like Andhra Pradesh AP, Telangana TG, Uttar Pradesh UP, or Maharashtra MH. Okay, either we can refer like this, or else what we can do is we can also refer with the ID, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Andhra Pradesh is referring to 1. So Telangana referring to 2, UP referring to 3. Okay, Maharashtra referring to 4. Okay, so that means even in the data type, with this state ID, I want to refer internally. So whenever I refer 3, it should refer go to Maharashtra. Whenever I refer 1, it should refer to the Telangana. Okay, so this through this state ID internally, I wanted to refer. So now property for value, I would like to give state. Like this. So you got to know, right? So if you want to populate the data from data type, mainly 5 values which we need to refer from the list source. One is the report definition under the type. The other one is the applies to class, to which class it applies. And the third one is the data table editor report. And then the value by which you wanted to refer the drop down value, and the value which you want to display to the user. And then submit it, and then save it. Okay. Now run it again. I'm creating the new work object. Actions, run. See, now we got it. State is Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh. So this is the way we can populate the values into the drop down. Okay, this is the way we can populate the values into the drop down. In case if you want to add any other value into the drop down, so simply go to the states data type. Okay, here we can add the one more record. 5. Okay, and we can refer some other state here. Okay, so for example, I want to refer Karnataka. Okay, now after making it as a Karnataka, you need to press the mouse button outside somewhere else. Then only it will be saved to the database. Otherwise, it will not save to the database. If it is not saved to the database, then we cannot see the values. Okay, so if you want to see the example again, right now 5 Karnataka I have given. I'm going to the customer details. Okay, and again I'm creating one more work object. So now still you will be able to see only 4 records. Why? Because I did not save the value over there. Now, in case I'm placing the mouse pointer somewhere else, yeah, now it's got saved to the database. Okay, so now if you run the work object, okay, now we can see all the 5 values like that. Okay, we can see all the 5 values. So this is the way we can populate from the data type. So right now we learned 2 ways to populate the values into the drop down, right? One is directly we can give the values under the states property. Okay, directly we can give the values under the states property. Okay, so here by referring to the local list, and we can add the values, and the other way is populating the data from the data type. Okay, that's it. Now let's go to the second option. Okay, the second option about what I am discussing is having the purpose of the data class. This data type is different. Okay, this data type, okay, always refers to the data class. Okay, always refers to the data class, but it contains some records by which we can refer it. Okay, and along with that, without having this data type, okay, we can have just the data class. Okay, we can have the data class. So what is the purpose of having the data class in any of the application? Okay, what is the purpose of the having the data class in any of the application? So generally, what is the purpose of the work object? Can someone tell me what is the purpose of the work object? So work object is the one on which the transaction and information will be created. Like if you take any insurance, okay, so first we are going to be entering the personal details of the customer. So that is like one transaction they are performing, entering the personal details. Okay, and then they are applying for the insurance, either vehicle insurance or personal insurance. Okay, so that is also one of the transaction again. Okay, in case if you have the bank account, okay, you would be doing so many transactions. Sometimes you will deposit the money, sometimes you will withdraw the money, sometimes you will transfer the money online, sometimes you will go to the bank and you will deposit, sometimes you will be giving the check to the some other person or some of your friends or someone. So everything is a one transaction. So that means every day you are going to be performing so many things. Okay, but on all these things, okay, few of the things are very common, like your city, your state. Okay, always it will be same. Maybe you will be giving the check to the some other person who is living in some other state. Okay, but your state will be always constant, and even the other person's state also always it will be constant. And even there is only few states which we will be referring to. Okay, always in Indian currency if you want to transfer, so always you will be referring to the Indian states. Okay, so that means always the states in India is common, same. Okay, in the very rare case if the states divides. Okay, so they are called something called non-transactional data. Okay, transactional and non-transactional data. So in that case, okay, in that case, what we can do here is, okay, generally we will be having the flow like this. Okay, the flow is like this. Okay, at base class is the always ultimate base class. From that HDFC is the organization class, and this is the implementation class. This is the work class. So under the work class only, we will be referring or we will be creating the work object. And so this is the pattern inheritance, and it is following the direct inheritance also. Okay, under the direct inheritance, okay, this work class will be work dash hyphen cover, and this will be again in turn will be deriving from the work dash, and this is from the at base class. Okay, so here align with this work class hierarchy, okay, I would like to have one data class. Okay, under the data class, okay, I would like to place some properties. Okay, I would like to place some properties. And then this data class I wanted to access from the work class. So if you want to access these data properties from the work class, you cannot access. In case if these properties are available under the implementation layer or else HDFC or else under the parent of the ultimate base class of the at base class, you can access it. Or else even if it is having here or here also, you can access it. Okay, why? Because this work class is having the parent of this implementation, organization, and again ultimate base class. So you can only access the properties from the parent classes. You can only access the properties from the parent classes. But this is not a parent for this work class. This is not a parent for this work class. So still if you want to access these properties from the work class, how can you access it? And in case if you want to access from the work class these properties, first of all, why do we need to access it? Why we should not create those properties here? Why we need to create data dash? Means this is the example again. Okay, this is the example again. So what is this example? So in this example, what I am doing is, in case if you want to enter the name, address, city, state and country for customer, and name, address, city, state and country for manager, name, address, city, state and country for employee, some other employee. So what we need to do is, we need to create these 5 properties as 15 properties. Okay, instead of 5, we need to create 15 properties, like customer name, customer address, customer city, customer state, customer country. and then manager name, manager address, manager city, manager state, and manager country, and some other employee like assistant name, assistant address, assistant city, assistant state, and assistant country. So likewise, you need to create 15 properties. So if you think only 5 properties, you need to create 15. Sometimes you would be having n number of the properties, are almost 20 to 30 or sometimes 50 also. Like first name, last name, and again PAN number. Okay, so office address, home address, and permanent address, temporary address, like so many things you will be having. So in that case, for each and every person, 30 properties if you need to create. For overall three people, you need to create 90 properties, right? You need to create 90 properties. So what you can do here is you can create one data dash class, okay, data dash class. Under that you can place all the properties which you wanted to reuse. All the properties which you wanted to reuse, you can place everything here, and then you can refer those properties into the work class. I'm telling it doesn't belongs to the parent. Okay, this work class doesn't belongs to the data dash. But I am telling again, I wanted to access from here. So how you can access it? How you can access it? How you can access means, okay, under the work class, you can create one page property. Okay, you can create one page property, which refers to the data dash class. Which refers to the data dash class. And then you can access it over there. I don't know how many of you remember. In the initial classes, I told you when creating the property, we will be having the various data types. Okay, like text, integer, boolean. Okay, along with all these things, we will be also referring to the page and again page list properties. Okay, page and again page list properties, and Java and again Java list properties, Java object properties. Okay, so how exactly it was there? Okay, so we thought of it, right? Okay, this is the page property employee details and page property employee details. So in one of the employee number, okay, employee name like this we used to save. Okay, for one of the employee details, one page, and for the second employee, one more page. Okay, for the second employee, one more page we used to refer. So in the same way, for each and every person, we can create various pages, and then we can easily enter. So here employee number, employee name, so Satish, and again here this is different Satish like that. Okay, Lingam, but here we can use something else. Employee 1, employee 2. Okay, so like that we can have n number of the page properties for each and every character person. Okay, now how you can create it? Okay, how we can create it? We will see it now. So now I want to create some data classes for entering all the employee details. So how you can create the data class? Okay, how you can create the data class means generally this is what? This is also a class, right? This is also a class. Okay, so generally if you want to create any rule, okay, we will be selecting the right mouse button and we will be selecting create. Okay, if you wanted to create the property, we used to select data model and then property. Okay, if you want to create a section, we used to select technical and again sorry, under the user interface we have selected section. Okay, so and if you want to create a flow, we selected process and again flow. In the same way now, if you want to create the class, you need to select sysadmin category. Okay, create and then sysadmin under the sysadmin category, you will be having the class. Okay, we will be having the class. Okay. But actually, yesterday we created something called some employee details. Yeah, we created something called some personal details. Okay, yesterday we created, okay, few of the people are not there, but still I will show you. Okay, so instead of the personal details, what we can do is we can do something else. Okay, what is that something else? For example, for vehicle details, we will be creating something. Okay, in the same way for personal details, okay, we'll be creating for vehicle insurance. We'll take the vehicle insurance. So for the vehicle insurance, I want to create one class. Okay, I want to create one class. So under the new, okay, so this time I want to create the data class. Okay, I want to create the data class. So what is the data class name? So like for work, okay, we'll be having data as well. Okay, so see, one we created for the states. When you create the data type for states, it has created states data, and we have personal details. Okay, so all the data classes will be always referring to the data dash as a parent class. Okay, now for the vehicles, hyphen vehicle. Okay. Like for the vehicle insurance, I want to take it. So, and when you give, after giving the class name, you can change the label also, otherwise it will be confusing. So give the same name as the class name, same label as the class name. So now we are creating the vehicle class under the implementation layer, and then we will be selecting the rule set for which it belongs. Okay, rule set for which it belongs. Okay, and after along with the rule set, generally when you are creating again property, do you remember? Along with the property label and property name, application name, class name, rule set, we used to give the version. But for class name, okay, for class name, there is no version while creating it. Okay, but after that, while entering the information, we will be giving. Yeah, let's see where we will be giving this version and all. So here select the rule set and then select create and open. Okay. Yeah, this is the class creation form. Even earlier also we have seen. So what kind of the class you wanted to create, whether it is the abstract class or concrete class. So now you tell me, now we need to go for which class, whether it is the abstract or concrete.
Concrete class.
Exactly. Okay. Why we need to go for the concrete class? Why? Because this time we are going to store the details of the vehicle. Okay. Otherwise, we are going to create the details of the persons. So we need to create the concrete class. We wanted to save it. Abstract class means this class will only act as a base class. Okay, only for the inheritance purpose. We will not be creating the values into that. But this time we want to create the values. So create the concrete. And after that, see here created in version. Now we are selecting which version we wanted to create it. Okay. So this is the initial version I am going to be creating. So I will be typing manually 010101. Okay. And then we also used to select whether it is a class group or belongs to a class group. Okay, these two we were familiar. Okay, that means if you want to make one group which will be referring to the database table, we will be referring the is a class group. From the subsequent classes, we'll be using the belongs to a class group. Okay, so these two we already discussed. Now we are going for does not belongs to a class group. Okay, so why? Because the data class will never belongs to a class group. And later, this data class will be referring the work class. Okay, we will be referring this data class from the work class, right? Okay, as I told you in the image, okay, this data class will be referring from the work class. Okay, so again, it will be part of the work group. So right now, when creating this data class, so you can give it as a does not belongs to a class group. Okay, does not belongs to a class group. Okay, so that's all, and remaining you can leave it as it is. Okay, and here the keys also. Okay, keys also. Do you remember for the personal details? Okay, this is also one of the data class. The keys is blank. Okay, the keys is blank. For the data classes, the key is not a mandatory thing. Okay, so leave the blank of this key as well. Okay, so now just create the vehicle class. Okay, so it is asking that there are two required fields. The value cannot be blank, description and usage. So these two properties are on the history. So they wanted to give why you are creating this property, this class, why you are creating this vehicle class. So just to give a small description about this class. This class is used for entering the vehicle details. We will be using this data class from work class for entering the vehicle. Like that. Okay. Now you save it. Okay, this class got saved. So once the class is created, from where we can see it? We can see it from the App Explorer. Okay, so in the App Explorer, already right now we are referring to the work class. So if you want to see this vehicle class, so how you can see? From this, you can change it to the data dash. See. So under this vehicle class, okay, under this vehicle class, we don't have any properties. This is the fresh class which we have created right now. This is the one which we have created just now. Okay, so if you want to create any of these properties in this class, again, you can press the